Hello everyone, welcome back to the grammar series on the YouTube channel IELTS Login. This is lesson number 9 and the topic of today's discussion is non-finite verb. So let's get started. Children, you must be familiar with the topic of finite verb. So far you have done so many topics, for example the topic of tense, active passive voice, direct indirect narration, simple compound complex sentence, changing the sentence from positive to negative. So many other topics are there. In those topics you have read about verb, and surprisingly I want to inform you that till now all the verbs which you have studied, they all are in the category of finite verb. They all belong to finite verb, or they are all called finite verb. Why they are called finite verb? Because they are acting as verbs. They have some tense element. So today we are going to start with a very special topic, especially for the children of Punjab School Education Board. They have 80 marks theory exam, out of which 12 marks go in grammar, and out of 12, 3 marks are devoted to this topic of non-finite verb. So it carries 25% weightage so far as the grammar is concerned. Of course, in other classes also, other boards, ICSE board or CBSE board, it must be carrying a different type of percentage, but it's quite interesting. This topic is going to be quite interesting. For your information, I want to tell you in advance that the topic of non-finite verb cannot be done in one video. So like simple compound complex sentence was divided into 4 videos, this topic, the topic of non-finite verb, will be divided into 6 videos. So the whole topic will be finished in 6 videos. So let's get started. Before we discuss different types of non-finite verbs or the definition of a non-finite verb, we have to compare finite verb with non-finite verb so that the distinction is clear to the children. So first of all, let's see what is a finite verb. A finite verb, the first basic difference between a finite verb and non-finite verb is that a finite verb has got tense element and a non-finite verb does not have a tense element. Second main difference is the most important difference. A finite verb acts as a verb in a sentence. The role of finite verb is that of a verb in a sentence. It shows some action. It shows some activity. The form of finite verb is verb, but the non-finite verb, the form is verb, but the role of the verb is not that of a verb. It will definitely not act as a verb. It can act as an adjective, as an adverb, as a subject, as an object, as a complement, or other roles can be there. We shall discuss these things in detail, but definitely it will not act as a verb. I repeat the basic difference between finite and non-finite verb. Finite verb will act as a verb. Non-finite verb will not act as a verb. Finite verb will have a tense element. Non-finite verb will not have a tense element. In both the cases, the form is same. What is the form? Form is that of verb, but its role will be different. In finite verb, the role will be that of a verb, but in case of non-finite verb, the role of this verb will not be that of a verb. It can be different. So let's get some more details from the board. Finite verb, non-finite verb. So it can be, verbs are of different forms, but according to this topic we have 2 types of verbs. One is finite verb, one is non-finite verb. It has got tense element, no tense element. It acts as a verb, it does not act as a verb. The verbs which we have studied till now all fall in the category of a finite verb. This topic will give you a new insight into the definition of verb. A verb cannot act as a verb only, sometimes it can act something else also. So this topic will be very much interesting so far as the definition of verb is concerned. So see, a verb which contains a tense element in it is called a finite verb, and a verb which does not contain a tense element it is called a non-finite verb. This I have already told you. Then it acts as a verb in a sentence. Non-finite verb does not act as a verb in a sentence. Now two more differences are there. See the difference. It shows the main action taking place in a sentence, and it can change with the change in subject. In other words, a finite verb has to agree with the subject. If the subject is singular, the verb will also be singular. It will have s or es or has, have will be there accordingly, according to the rules of tense. If the subject changes, obviously the verb will also change. So it has to agree with this verb has to agree with the subject, or in other words, this verb changes if we change the subject. On the other side, non-finite verb does not change. Because why it does not change? Because it does not show the main action or activity taking place in a sentence. So that's why it does not change with the change in subject. Then the next difference, the last difference, the fourth difference, it has different forms. A finite verb has different forms: first form, second form, third form, and ing form. Children, usually when you were small, the teacher used to teach you three types of verbs: first form, second form, third form. But actually verb has four forms, not three forms. One is first form, second form, third form, then ing form is also there. So total four forms of the verb are there. So finite verb can have different forms: first form, second form, third form, and ing form. But non-finite verb will not have different forms. There will be only one form of non-finite verb. Different forms will not be there. This is the difference between finite and non-finite verb. We have done the distinction between finite and non-finite verb on the basis of four aspects or four parameters. One is finite verb has tense element, non-finite verb does not have tense element. Finite verb acts as a verb, non-finite verb does not act as a verb. Finite verb changes if we change the subject. Non-finite verb does not have any difference whether you have singular subject or plural subject. Finite verb can have different forms, but non-finite verb cannot have different forms. This is the difference between finite and non-finite verb. Now we are going to discuss some examples of finite and non-finite verb. Then the difference will be even more clear to you. Then we will do the topic of non-finite verb. Actually the topic is non-finite verb. Why I am talking about finite verb? So that the basic difference is clear to the children. Otherwise children tend to make mistakes between finite and non-finite verb. So let's continue with the examples now. I have written all the examples on the board. Now let's take it one by one. The first example, David plays the guitar. Plays is the finite verb. Children, when you look at the video, you might be a little bit confused that the board is full. It might be confusing you, but when I explain you sentence by sentence, word by word, when you go through the video step by step, you will understand why I have underlined or circled the things with green color or red color, just to distinguish between finite and non-finite verb. So first sentence, David plays the guitar. Plays is the finite verb. Why? Because it is acting as a verb. Four things I have told you related to finite and non-finite verb: that it acts as a verb, then it has got tense element, it has got different forms, and it changes with the subject. Now we'll try to find out the same thing. David plays the guitar. Plays is the finite verb because it is acting as a verb. Then it has got tense element because it tells us the time. When I talk about tense element, it means we are talking about verb and time both. So time is clear from this word. It talks about the present time. Then David plays the guitar. David is singular, that's why S is there with plays. So it agrees with this verb agrees with the subject. So subject verb agreement should be there. This is also there. Then it can have different forms. Play, played, played, playing. Different forms can be there. That's why it is a finite verb. Look at the next example. My sister spoke French fluently. This is past tense. It is acting as a verb. It changes with time. It changes with subject, and it can have different forms. So it is a finite verb. Third example is Paul runs to work hard every day. So runs is a finite verb. Then Ranjit gave Rohit an angry look. This is finite verb because it is second form of the verb, and it changes with the subject, and it is acting as a verb here. The role of this word is verb. He committed a big mistake. Committed is a finite verb because this is acting as a verb. Did she pay the bill on time? Pay is acting as verb here. Geeta does not take her work seriously, so take is acting as a verb here, so it is a finite verb. Have faith in God. Have is tense element. Have is a verb. Now let's continue with the next type, examples of non-finite verb. Let me clear you one more interesting thing here. Whenever we talk about non-finite verb, we will definitely have finite verb also in a sentence. I have already told you so many times that we cannot make a sentence without a tense element. So tense elements mean finite verb. So finite verb will definitely be there. Without finite verb, non-finite verb will not be able to make a sentence, because if action is not taking place, how can we make a sentence? And action or the verb or the tense element will be clear when we use a finite verb. If you look at the sentence, in all the 8 examples, I have circled the finite verbs with green color and non-finite verbs with red color, and I have also written at the end of the sentence how we have used these words, whether we have used these words as subject, object, adjective, adverb, or something else. But if you look at these brackets carefully, I have not written anywhere that we are using it as a verb. Why? Because it does not act as a verb. Non-finite verb does not act as a verb. See the first example. She tried to find fault with us. Tried is finite verb. To find, non-finite verb. So it is acting as an object. She tried what? To find fault. She tried what? To find fault. So if you look at to find, it cannot have different forms. You cannot say like this: to find, to finding, or to found, or to finding. So it can have only one form, that is to find, and it is not acting as a verb. It cannot have different form, and it does not changes if you change the subject. So that's why it is a non-finite verb. And what is the role of non-finite verb here? It is acting as an object. So form is verb, but the role is that of an object. The next, to err is human. To err is human. To make mistakes, this is the nature of human beings. So this is acting as a subject here. To err is a non-finite verb. The role of to err in this sentence is that of subject. We made him. So in the first 2 examples, I have tried to give you the hint of infinitive. We have used to infinitive. First 2 examples are that of to infinitive. Next 2 examples are of bare infinitive. We made him sing a song. Made is a finite verb. Sing a song. Here sing is non-finite verb, it is acting as an object here. My mother let my sister what? My mother let my sister what? Go abroad. So here again it is acting as an object. Next, so first two examples infinitive, to infinitive, next two examples bare infinitive. We will discuss all these things in detail, don't worry, I am just giving you the preview of the topic. Sunidhi had is finite verb. Confused expression. What type of expressions? Confused. Confused, the form of confused is third form of the verb, but the role of verb is adjective here. So it is acting as an adjective. Sunidhi had what type of expressions? Confused expressions. So confused is telling the quality of expression. So it is acting as an adjective here. They ordered for the sparkling water. Sparkling is the quality of water. So it is acting as an adjective here. Swimming improves our health. In fifth and sixth example, we have used participle. This is past participle, this is present participle. Now the next two examples, last two examples, we have talked about gerunds. Swimming improves our health. Here swimming is used as a subject. It is the name of an activity. Sumit is fond of playing cricket. Playing is used as a non-finite verb. It is the object of a preposition. It is the object of a preposition. Children, if you look at all the examples of finite and non-finite verb, here all the words which are in green, they are acting as verbs. The main action is clear from these verbs. That's why they are called as non-finite verbs. And the words which are in red letter, which are underlined with the red color, they all are non-finite verbs. They are not acting as verbs. They are not acting as verb. They cannot describe the main action. So that's why they are non-finite verbs. And if you look at the brackets carefully, the role which they are playing in a sentence, they are not acting as a verb in a sentence. They can act as an object, they can act as a subject, as an adjective, as an adverb, as a complement, as an object complement, but they will never act as verb. Now I hope the difference between finite and non-finite verb is clear to you, right? So finite verb has tense element, it acts as a verb. Non-finite verb does not have tense element and it cannot act as a verb. So this is just the beginning, the introduction of the topic. Now in the next part of the video, I will tell you three types of non-finites, only the names. That will be the end of video number 1. Then in video number 2, we'll talk about the first type of non-finite verb, that is infinitive, and then types of infinitive. Then in third video we will talk about bare infinitive plus examples, exercises will be there. Then in the fourth video, fourth part of non-finite verb, we'll talk about participles, present participle and past participle. Then in the last part, I mean in the fifth video, we'll talk about perfect participle with exercise. Two types of exercises will be covered in this topic. Fill in the blanks and combine the two sentences with the help of infinitive, with the help of participle and with the help of gerund. In the last video, that is video number 6, we'll talk about gerund, third type of non-finite verb, gerund, with examples and practice exercises. Now the types of non-finite verb. Non-finite verbs are basically divided into three categories. One is infinitive. Infinitive means first form of the verb. Second type is participle, that is ing form or third form of the verb. Then gerund, first form plus ing. Gerund is also ing form, participle is also ing form. There must be one question in your mind that this is also ing, this is also ing. In fact, when we do present continuous tense, past continuous tense, future continuous tense, present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect continuous tense, there also we use first form plus ing. So first form plus ing can be used in three ways. It can be used as a verb also. it can be used as a tense. Then second, it can be used as a participle, and it can be used as a gerund. What is the difference? We will come to know with the as we progress in the videos. In participle, it is used as an adjective. In gerund, it will be used as a noun. So first type is infinitive. Infinitive means first form of the verb. So if it is used with to, it is called to infinitive. If it is used without to, it is called bare infinitive. So first type is infinitive. Subtypes are to infinitive and bare infinitive. Then participle is of three types: present participle, past participle, and past perfect participle. Present participle is ing form of the verb. Past participle is third form of the verb. In perfect participle, two actions will be there. In present participle and past participle, one action will be there. In perfect participle and two actions will be there. One action will be denoted by third form of the verb, and the second action, another action, will be with ing form. The use of infinitive is mostly that of subject and object. Many more uses are there. Broadly speaking, they are used as subject or object, not as verb. Subject or object. And participles, they are used as subject, object, adverb, or adjective. Participle is also called verbal adjective. Coming to the third part, that is gerund. Gerund is ing form of the verb, and the role of this form of the verb is that of subject, object, or noun. So it is also called verbal noun. These are the three types of non-finite verbs in brief. I have only discussed the names. Now we will discuss these topics one by one. In video number 1, we have discussed the difference between finite and non-finite verb with the examples. We have also discussed that every non-finite verb will accompany a finite verb also. There cannot be any sentence without finite verb. Then we have discussed names of different types of non-finite verb. So three types of non-finite verbs are there: infinitive, participle, and gerund. In video number 1, we shall discuss till this much topic only. In video number 2, we will talk about to infinitive. Then in video number 3, we will talk about bare infinitive. Then after this, we will do two types of exercises related to infinitive. That will be video number 3. In video number 4, we will talk about present participle and past participle uses and example. In video number 5, we will discuss perfect participle. Then in the last video, we will talk about gerunds. Gerunds will be followed by two types of exercises. Participles will be followed by two types of exercises. Infinitive will be followed by two types of exercises. One type of exercise will be related to fill in the blanks. We will fill in the blank with an infinitive, then fill in the blanks with the participle, fill in the blanks with the gerund. Second type, the main role is to join the two sentences, combine the two sentences with the help of infinitive, with the help of a participle, and with the help of a gerund. So this is the introduction to the topic of non-finite verb. We have discussed the basic difference between finite and non-finite verb. Then we have talked about the names of different types of non-finite verbs. Please watch this video 2-3 times, make some notes separately, and try to have more examples from the internet or grammar videos. I hope today's discussion, today's topic is understood by the children wholeheartedly. That's it. That's all from our side for the time being. Keep learning, keep growing.